Hey everybody, Buffy's here, and welcome back to my new Crusader Kings 2 series. My Living Random Lives series is currently on hold while I do this, because I fancy a goal-orientated series. And that goal is going to be the Caliphate Strikes Back, which is a achievement that you get for playing as the Abbasid Caliph in the Stamford Bridge start, and becoming independent and holding an empire title. It doesn't specify which empire. I assume it means any empire. Now, to get the achievement, you have to have Iron Man mode on, but currently I can't get it to work. I don't know whether that's an issue with my game or if that's something across the board that needs to be patched out. But also, playing a Let's Play with Iron Man is very risky because Iron Man, the whole point of Iron Man, you only have one save. If that save gets corrupted or something I record gets corrupted or something like that, I can't go back. I can't recover. So it would be very risky to play on Iron Man anyway. So I'm just going to assume I'm on Iron Man and try and reach those requirements of an independent and empire title. So, I am a Duke level vassal of the Seljuk Sultanate, who is currently at war with the Byzantine Empire. So that's pretty cool. What am I looking at? I've got just under 5,000 troops, which is a pretty good amount of troops to have. I am the Caliph, of course, that's the whole point. So I have certain casus bellis I can use to help me with this. Now, I'm obviously not going to declare this, but I can call jihads for any. I can just go for Bulgaria for some reason if I want to do. So I can call them on. I'm pretty sure it has to be non-Muslim things. I can also, of course, as any Sunni can, I can call holy wars for against Shias, which are obviously Muslim, but not the right type of Muslim. I can also subjugate Sunni rulers. So, for 200 piety, the caliphs are allowed to subjugate all of our Muslim rulers of the same denomination once per 10 years. I don't have 200 piety, so I can't do that yet. But, that all very useful CBs that I can use to reach my goal. Now, first thing first, I have not played a Muslim character for a long time. I remember I tried to do an Ottoman playthrough about longer than that, almost a year ago, and that didn't pan out. I overextended and died, and it wasn't fun. So, but even then, that was my first real attempt at playing a Muslim character. So this is still quite new to me. I mean, I know that you can have multiple alliances, and I know multiple marriages rather. And I know you can have the decadence mechanic. I know vaguely how that works. So I'm actually going to marry my heir to her, because that will give me an alliance for 2 generations with the... Oh, wow. I thought he had more land than this. The Sultan of the vast Kingdom of Africa, which is 2 bits of land. Whatever. Oh, and this bit of land over here. So it's still fair enough. Not too bad. I myself need to get married, so... quite a good character to have, actually. But then again, if I married her, I wouldn't get an alliance, but I would get a genius and a fantastic diplomacy. So I'd get half of that, I think. Pretty sure that's how it works. So I'm going to get married to her. And I'm going to pick a character focus as well while this game runs. Actually going to pause it because lots more stuff to do. I think I'm going to focus on war because my martial is very low. So that would be quite useful to get higher. Does it not change? It hasn't changed. I thought it would. Okay, it's still that. And I want ambition. Now, I could become Paragon of Virtue, but it might be using my piety to holy war and subjugate my fellow Muslims, so that might go down. I could become Exalted Among Men, which could be pretty good. Married, that could be a quite an easy one to get. King of Mesopotamia. I am currently essentially the Duke of Baghdad, which is a pretty decent amount of Mesopotamia. So I could have that. But I'm pretty sure the current crown authority of the Seljuk Sultanate is not low enough for me to expend within it, so I'm not going to have that, because that would be a lot of waiting. After my Norman conquest thing, I'm tired of having to wait for the crown authority to go low. Now, for now, I'm just going to have married, because that's a useful, easy one to get. So, I'm going to let it run for a bit. Over my domain limit, but hopefully once I've become married, that will go up. It does, wonderful. I fulfilled my ambition. That's very easy. Oh, I can have multiple wives, can't I? So I'm going to marry her as well. And her, and then I think I'm just marrying lots of people. I don't know how many second wives I can have. Okay, I've reached my limit. Oh no, they're just offering someone else. So my current ambition will be... I'm going to become exalted among men. Because that's quite useful to have. I don't want to go Paragon of Virtue, because then I might feel like I don't want to use my piety to expand, which is probably not the best thing, because I can subjugate fellow Muslims at the cost of piety. And I'm pretty sure if I declare this holy war, I'm pretty sure he has 4,000 men. I have more than that, but it is riskier. So I'm gonna look inwards. I mean, oh, what do you want? Who is she? Yeah, fine. Oh, I remember this. Lots of marriage proposals for random courtiers because you can't have enough wives. Now, I'm actually in quite a blank spot at the moment because there's not, even though it's a established dynasty, there's not actually much going on with this guy because I have a fair amount of land. Just have her. She's 100. Ugh, whatever. I'm gonna generally just accept it. Most of the alliance proposals because they're really annoying. Oh, I have ducal claims. I can press them on Samara and this guy. He controls both bits of land, does he? But I can't, because of course, crown laws do not allow me to wage war. So what are the factions at the moment? Low crown authority. Or independence. Who do you want? Where is that? Okay, I didn't think you could go independent. I mean, is that him? Masud. He controls... That's not helpful. I'm so confused. Okay, so it's saying over there, but he's actually over there, so he's in Syria, so that makes sense. Now, where am I looking at with the rest of the world? Oh. Yep, fine, whatever. Now, obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is the Abbasids is the Arabian Empire. It currently doesn't exist at this stage in the game, I don't think. If I go to de jure and check this, no, it does not exist. When was the last time it's existed? Just about 50 years ago, and it was held by my kinsman. So I'm guessing I don't have any claim on that. Obviously not. It doesn't exist. How can I have a claim on something that doesn't exist? Oh, he's become decadent. So that's bad. How do I get him to sort himself out? What if I give him land? I'll give him... Can I not? I thought I could tell him to straighten up. Sure, that's possible. Either way, I'm going to give you land. I'm going to give you... Not Baghdad, I want to hold on to Baghdad. Which one's the worst one to have? So I control these bits of land. I'm going to give him... Yeah, I'm going to give him my current capital, Karbala, so I'll change my capital to Baghdad, which is the actual capital of the Duchy of Baghdad, precisely enough. So, here you are. You can have this gift. Karbala. There you go. Now, straighten up. Because now he's actually going to have his own choices, so that's pretty good for me. Now, I'm looking quite good at the moment. I mean, I'm not the largest vassal in the Seljuk Sultanate. In fact, if I go to this, who is the largest vassal? Him, where am I? Down here. Okay, so I have 12% of my liege's levies. If I join a faction, such as independence or that, no, I won't. I'm gonna stay within the welcoming bosom of the Seljuks for now, and look to expand elsewhere. Now, of course, as I was saying, the first thing you think of when you come to the Abbasid Caliph is the Empire of Arabia. Now, because it doesn't specify which empire I can go for, I could go for the Persian Empire, I could go for the Arabian, I could go even for Abyssinia. The Abyssinian Caliph. That could be quite interesting. And I mean, these guys down here, I can subjugate them. I could do that, because I mean, what are they looking at? It's 871 men. It's not the best land ever, but then again, not many places are. I mean, this guy, would this be a holy war? It would be a holy war. Holy war, a jihad for Abyssinia. That's quite a bit of people. That might be worth doing. The issue with jihad is I wouldn't get the land unless I can contribute the most. So, before I call a jihad, I want to be able to make sure that I will contribute the most. Will you just marry her? I don't care. Bloody hell. I might... Just... Whatever. Oh, it's so... That's the most irritating thing. I'm sure there's a way to get around it, but whatever. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna borrow from the Jews, and I'm gonna observe Ramadan. Which will give me lots of piety, which will be useful. Now, what do I need to actually do this? I have at least 50. Oh, okay. Lose 1 decadence, gain 15 piety. Now, which one is which? It doesn't tell me which one it does. Ashari and Mustali or something. Who else has things? No one seems to have the trait, so I don't know which one is the best. I'm guessing that is technology and that's more theology, so I'm going to go Ashari. Because now I gain more piety and other stuff, and I become, yes, big chunk of piety there. So that's quite useful. And I think I will actually use it. I become temperate. Wonderful. Get out of here. Oh. The strict fast you've been observing during the daylight hours of Ramadan have weakened you to the point of illness. Not very good. As the ill are exempted from fasting, there will be no shame or loss of piety if you abandoned your fast and made up the lost days at a later time. If you continue, however, there could be serious repercussions to your health. I gain the trait ill, the fast ends, or no, I feel fine. I gain the trait ill, and I gain piety and lose some decadence. So, I'm going to actually say I feel fine. Fine. The end of Ramadan approaches, and that means the holiday of Eid. The preparations for the planned feast to celebrate have already been made, and their time has come to invite your vassals to your palace. What do you say, master? Send out the invitations, and everyone gets invited, or no, I have a headache, cancel it. So, send out the money. Send out the money. Send out the invitations. Great banquet you ordered to celebrate Eid, and the end of Ramadan was a rising success. The food was exceptional, the entertainment magnificent, and a great time was had by all. Your guests seemed suitably impressed by your wealth and generosity. Eid Mubarak. Not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's good. Celebrate Eid. I should present gifts to my beloved wives. Yes, but only for Hari, my dear first wife. Of course, I will also love. My affection for them is gift enough. Yeah, I'll lose 45 gold and keep everyone happy. Wonderful. So, I now have enough piety to subjugate this guy. And I think... What happens if I win? If I win the war, I take and vassalize all titles held by Emir Hakam within the Kingdom of Arabia, which is all that land. That's a substantial amount of land. This guy has 2,000 men, no allies, and I'm going to do it. Why not? So I'm going to subjugate Arabia. So I'll raise up my vassals. Apologies for if you can hear the wind, it is still quite stormy. So, yeah, I'm going to group these guys up. And I have double his men, so I should win this war. He doesn't have any allies, but touch wood. Not the best at war, it seems. Oh, I'm no longer ill, which is good. Because that would suck. So yeah, who's leading my troops? Those two guys. They're both actually decent commanders. Leading centered minus... Oh, he's better at flanking, so I'm going to actually make this guy flanking. Oh, what the... He's leading both. How is... That's more realistic. I was going to say, I'm happy to have him leading both, but I don't think the game actually thinks that. So move my forces in. Oh, the Fatimids have just had a massive revolt. Hello. Possible war. Yes, I might be able to take advantage of that once I've won this subjugation. Stop running away. I'll get there on the 19th, and I'll get there on the 26th. Okay, they're not running away now. So they accept their fate. And their fate is death. And my wife is pregnant. Run back into Shakir. Or Shaka. Shaka. Crush them. Wonderful. And I'm going to besiege his capital. Which will give me a nice amount of war score. And will probably win me the war. And this guy's trying to lower Crown Authority again. Very admirable, but... whatever. I will continue expanding under the Seljuk until a time when I can just go, you know, I want to be independent. So actually, let's have a look at the things you need for the Arabian Empire. It's obviously the standard 81%, I think. 80%, so you need more than 80%, or 80% to create it. Currently controls 0 out of 125, so 80% of 125 is roughly about 90 odd, I think. It'll be difficult. I mean, possibly the easiest way would be to usurp my liege's title, and then go for the Persian Empire. But I think if I'm going for anything, I'm gonna go either for the Arabian Empire or something really random, like I don't know, Abyssinia or Mali. Could go for the Mali Empire. That could be an interesting thing. Just make way along the coast and go for Mali. That could be quite cool. So tell me in the comments if you've got an idea, because obviously it's going to be quite not an overly long one, I don't think, this series, but it's not going to be over really quickly. So I'll be able to make amendments. I mean, for now, I'm just expanding my own power. And after that, we'll see. And we'll see what happens in the world. Because, I mean, yeah, so Fatimid's going to have this revolt. I mean, he is Sunni, so that's quite good. Because, I mean, that means I can subjugate him. It does cost me the piety, though. So it will slow me down in that respect. But as I get more powerful and as I get more traits, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I think it would be best for me to control Mecca and Medina. I mean, where is Medina? Medina is there, and Mecca is next to it. Okay, so I'm going to look to take this bit of land anyway, because I'm the Caliph. I have to control the holy sites. What other places are there? Jerusalem, Mecca, Medina, Qurtuba, and Baghdad. Oh, it's over there. Okay. That's a bit of a way away. I won't really control that. Oh, wow. It's such a clusterfuck there. Seriously, there's... I thought it was more solid than that. But of course it is the 1066 start. The start that's actually sort of fallen out of favour with a lot of people. Since the Charlemagne and Old God starts. And I kind of prefer the earlier starts. They're more fun, I find, because the world develops in special ways. Because nothing's developed or set in stone. And I have a son now. Wonderful. I'm not actually sure how inheritance works. Agnatic Open. How does that actually work? Do I just decide who's going to be my heir? Or is the person with the most land? I'm not sure. Something to look into. But for now, is this war still going on? It is. What is it? Seljuk invasion of Armenia. Okay. That's a substantial amount of land they're going to take. Might be worth looking to see if I can jihad Anatolia once they're done with that. But for now, I'll hold off on the jihads until I can directly benefit. Because you've got to think like that. What's going on here? Okay, that's me. This is Holy War for Nafud and Holy War for Arabia. So I'm just going to win this war, and then he can do whatever he likes after. In fact, he's going to take all the land. I'm going to take all the land, so their holy wars will end. Why can't I take that bit of land? I'm not sure. My wife is pregnant. And I've got a daughter. Wonderful. The Abbasid dynasty is actually quite low. There's only 5 of us. It's only my family. So I need to build it up a bit more. Because if I'm going to become... If the Caliphate's going to strike back, it's going to have lots of family members to put on the land that I'm taking. So Prince Alusian of Bulgaria has been imprisoned by... why are you getting involved? Mesopotamia. How are you... Who could... Is there a Bulgaria? There must be a Bulgaria. Where is... This is Bulgaria. No one controls it, so how's he a prince of it? Don't know. Don't care. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to take this bit of land, and that'll probably put me over the limit to what I need. I mean, am I actually hostile to anyone? I'm not hostile to anyone. So all of my all these people who are going for the same land I am, I'm not hostile to them, so that's fair enough. Oh, the man must be found. Why is that? Of course, I'm my war focus. That's why. I wonder what that was. Well, that was my ambition to become more martial. I'm pretty sure they have that. Those ambitions have been replaced, or at least the criteria for actually having them has been increased. Oh, and there we go. 100%. I will subjugate this land. So now I control none of it. That's odd. I thought I would gain some of it, but whatever. So I have a lot of vassals now, a lot more vassals. I mean, look at that. That's a good start, I think. So yeah. How am I looking troop-wise? Still 5,000 odd men, but it's not gone up too much. I'll disband all them. And next episode, I think I might actually subjugate the Hashemids, because they control Mecca, and that needs to be done. I need to wait 10 years anyway, so I might look away from them, and I might look towards the heretics to the east, such as the Sunnis. Not Sunnis, I'm Sunni, the Shias. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.